right, are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Finally.
All right. Welcome to the Flopbuster Movie Show Live. We're back after months with no explanation. We're back to talk movies. I knew
No
we could do
fucking
it,
explanations. We're just like, fuck it. We went live one time and then we're like, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah, the last time we went live was to talk about Pedro Pascal being cast in the Fantastic Four.
Right.
That was it.
That was it.
It was a little stream. Nobody watched it. We announced it the same day.
Let's be honest. Nobody fucking watches our show to begin with. We just do this for shits and giggles.
At this point, yes. But hopefully some people join us today because I think we're going to be talking about movies we have been watching, movies that we are going to see, as well as I have a new movie review for a film I got a screener of. Gabe, did you get a chance to watch the movie?
I did not get a chance to watch the movie. I was busy. I went to go see 2 movies today.
He went to go see a double feature, so I'll explain what I liked about or what I didn't. Well, I enjoyed the movie that I saw, by the way, and I'll get into that why once we get into that section of the show. I gave Gabe the link, so whenever you have a chance, check out that film, dude. I think I got that
sneaky link.
Get that sneaky link. We'll talk about what movie that is during that section of the show. Bernie, what's up, man?
I haven't seen Bernie in a while,
dude. Oh, holy shit. What's up, dude? We had a few viewers in here, it looks like. Maybe some silent listeners, watchers. We have it posted all over Facebook, Twitter, and as well as YouTube. So we might get some people joining in.
And I posted it on Instagram a couple times.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, we got it on Instagram. We might get some classic Flopbuster viewers.
Remember, I also did post it on my OnlyFans as well.
That's true. You did post it on your OnlyFans.
Don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
$6.99 this month.
$6.99.
It's a good deal, dude.
It's a fucking great deal.
Yeah, and that includes used panties and cigarette ashes that he's been collecting, and he'll mail them to you.
Absolutely. In fact, I've burned some cigarette holes into those panties, so that way you can fucking, smell them. Smell that cigarette smoke.
Yeah, that's like a scratch and sniff card, except it'll be Gabe's underwear. So we are back. We're going to be back. We're talking movies every week. The show's back. We'll also be having shorts and movie reviews, out the theater reactions, all of it.
You put it perfectly. We're the most inconsistent. We're consistently inconsistent on this. All right. So if we disappear again for a couple months, know that because shit just didn't pan out. My schedule, Tony's schedule, whatever it might be. But we honestly do want to do this show. Don't get it wrong. It's just our schedules have not been lining up for months.
Right. And if you don't see us for the next 8 months, it's probably because World War III started and maybe like we're off doing something in the war, you know, like maybe Gabe's going to be like a medic, or he'll like be like jail bait for like the soldiers. Like they'll just pass him around, stuff like that, you know?
Oh, dude, listen, I'll say this. I'm so fucking glad I am old as fuck, so I don't have to be drafted. I'm done. I'm not drafted. You could be drafted. Anybody.
I don't know. What's the cutoff? Is it 26? I thought it was like 26 years old.
Fucking cutoff is 35 for drafting.
Holy shit, dude. All right. Well, they probably don't need me. They probably just need hella nukes or whatever the fuck they're going to use. So, Bernie, you're talking about Arcadian. I've seen that ad for that movie. That looks sick with Nicolas Cage. We are going to talk about Civil War.
Because that's a movie. Tony saw Civil War last night, and then I saw it this morning. I think, obviously, with what's going on today, then we should actually just fucking talk about Civil War.
We should. That's like one of the movies that we've been watching. I did post out the theater reaction yesterday. Gabe saw the movie this morning along with another film, which I'm sure we'll talk about as we approach as we get into the show, because we got a lot to cover here. So Civil War, Alex Garland. Let's give a rundown. He's done some other films, the 28 Days Later films. He was one of the writers on those movies. Dredd. He's one of the writers on Dredd. I love Dredd. Annihilation, Ex Machina, and Men. Gabe, what are your thoughts on his past films? You like his movies, don't you?
I do really enjoy it. Ex Machina to me is one of the top A24 films ever done. You may disagree with me. I don't know how you feel about Ex Machina.
I like that movie.
Men thought, well, I think I told you, like, I came out of that, I felt really fucking dirty and very weird when I came out of Men, which it's a good feeling. When you come out of a movie feeling dirty and a little like fucking like upset at something, like it was just a fucked up movie. But yes, I do enjoy his filmography, and so I was definitely excited to check out, A24. Plus, Kirsten Dunst, like in a starring role. I'm so fucking glad.
Yeah, I mean, she's front and center. She's like kind of the star of the movie,
Right.
essentially, and she's great. She's great in this film. By the way, can you guys hear? There's like they're having like a block party out there. The weather is like nice again in Arizona, so everybody's like out.
Fuck Arizona.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they're pretty fucking loud. Um, but yes, Kirsten Dunst in a starring role. Kaylee Spaney from Elvis, Bad Times at the El Royale. She's coming up in Alien Romulus.
She's gonna be a star.
She's gonna be. I think so too.
She's gonna be a star.
She's great in this. Jesse Plemons, Kirsten Dunst's husband, in a scene-stealing role that just had my whole theater on the edge.
Bernie wants to know if we're doing spoiler talk to Civil War.
Probably not. I don't think there's much to really spoil unless you're like, because it's a road trip movie. It's a road trip into hell, across America. There's things you can spoil for sure, but it just might lessen the impact of like if you go see the movie. All I'll say is that I loved this. I thought it was scary. It was intense, perfectly paced. It's right under 2 hours, and before you know it, the movie's over, and it hits you like a sucker punch. Just the way things go down in this film was just really unreal.
It was. I think I told you when I got out of the theater, I was like, "Yo, was this a documentary? Was like this like a real life? Like I could see like." And again, we never want to make the show anything political, but I could definitely see the way that this movie played out. Like we could eventually end up going that fucking way, and it's just fucked up.
It is fucked up, and what I liked about the movie is that it doesn't really give you much context of, well, why are they at civil war, or why are they having a civil war, why are they at conflict? I don't know. And then there's some people in the middle that are just killing for the hell of it at this point. It's the wild, wild west. Like it's anybody's game. And then you have even some people that are like kind of ignoring the fact that there's a war going on, living in their own bubble, and you're seeing this film through the eyes of journalists. And the journalists in this movie, the way they're portrayed is I think as far as the movie's like message goes, because I think everybody's going to be searching for that on either side of a political divide or whatever. But I think the movie's more of like, it's pointing the finger at journalists and like our obsession with like spectacle and making a rise out of everything, getting that final shot. And I thought that was the most interesting part of the movie. What is you see a newcomer like Kaylee Spaney, her character, coming in and joining them. But then you have Kirsten Dunst as the world-weary journalist, the photographer, who's kind of seen it all, and she's kind of past the point of. Yeah, she's over it. She's lost her humanity along the way too. I mean, you see the horrible things they go through in this movie, and another thing that I liked about it was, in terms of like A24 movies, I feel like they're always so controversial, and there's always a section of the general audience that hates these movies. What I'll say about Civil War is it doesn't really play like a traditional, I don't even know what a traditional A24 movie is, but I'm going to guess that for a lot of audience members, they're slow, they're weird, they're artsy in their minds, right? Because A24 can mean anything. But I think this movie feels big and it feels grand and it has things to say, but I think at the center of it is just this really solid thriller. And I like sitting there, we saw it in Dolby, the entire audience was eating it up. And I think even on the surface level, if you just put aside whatever political stance you have, if you put yourself in the shoes of these characters, it works on that level as a thriller.
Right. I think what really worked well for them was the journalists didn't play a side. They weren't on the good side. They weren't on the bad side. They were just there to take pictures and images of what was going on with it, not ever choosing a side. But I want to say I do want to shout out the sound director, the sound engineer, because
it was insane.
Dude, the sound, like I know you saw it in Dolby. Bernie said he saw it in Dolby. I saw it in Cinemark's XD, their big screen with sound and shit. It was fantastic. That's like I think Dolby or IMAX, whatever big large screen format you could see it in. That's the way to go. Because the sound gets so immersive. The gunfire, the helicopter, it's like an immersive experience when you check it out.
Oh, I agree, especially in that second half. Once you get to the big Jesse Plemons moment on that middle half of the film, going all the way to the third act, it bombards you with like big moments after big moments, and the sound, it's just like your ears are ringing by the end of this in a good way, I guess, too, because
In a
it
good
feels
way.
so hyper realistic in how they do it.
I know you keep on I can't even fucking speak to it.
Can't
We haven't
talk
done
to
this
them.
we haven't done this in so long. You keep mentioning Jesse Plemons. I still can't believe he was able to pull Kristen Dunst. That's all. That's all. What a fucking pull.
She's got a type, man. She's got a type.
Exactly.
But no, this is a big recommendation for me, and I was going into this with not caution because I like most of his movies, but I think there's some people that just absolutely love Alex Garland, and there's people that hate him. I don't feel like I'm on either side. I've enjoyed most of his films, but there's nothing that really keeps me from loving. There's something that keeps me from loving them. Like
right.
it's some kind of connection there. But with this, I felt like I couldn't even deny how good it was. Like it was just a crazy watch. Like my jaw was on the ground just sitting there as a theatrical experience as far as that goes. Like it's crazy what they did with the budget, how big it feels, but also grounded, intimate, practical. It's a kind of blockbuster that we haven't seen in quite a while, where it's real characters, it's humans, it's something relatable on a smaller scale.
Right.
Still feels big.
It does feel big. Also, it's something that's a little bit unbelievable for me is if Nick Offerman is our president, like what type of fucked up shit did he do that made him made a fucking entire country turn against Nick Offerman?
That's true. That is true. He's been playing those kind of characters lately too, just like really like scummy roles, small scummy roles.
Yeah, I'm good for him. I actually started rewatching Parks and Rec because I think that's a hilarious show, and he's just fucking classic in that.
Oh, he's the best as Ron. But yeah, I mean, Civil War was dope. I thought it was really sick. I really don't have nothing else to add to it because I didn't really come at it in terms of like I feel like a lot of people will were like, oh, it's trying to say this about the left or trying to say this about the right. I really didn't view it in that way.
Lays it down the middle.
Yeah, and I think that's a big message of the movie is when you're in the middle and you turn a blind eye, that's equally as bad too. Because these journalists are trying to be as objective as possible, but I wouldn't even say they're heroes in this movie. They make a lot of scummy decisions. They're vultures. If you die, they're gonna take a picture of you too. Like that's like a huge thing in this film.
I hope if I'm dying, somebody just takes a picture of me dying, so that was on the newspaper. Like, don't try to save me. Just take pictures of me. Like,
it's a moment that lasts forever. It's a Kodak
exactly.
moment. But yeah, that was Civil War. You saw Godzilla versus, or not Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla Kong, the New Empire today.
I did.
What did you think of it?
So as we're talking about our summer list, I think I was super hyped up for that movie. I'm not going to come in with a hot take because I actually enjoyed the movie, but I don't think the hype that Godzilla vs. Kong got a couple years ago or Skull Island got a couple years ago, even the standalone Godzilla, like I don't think it lived up to that level of hype. Like I feel like this movie just came and went under the radar for a lot of people. And I may be wrong. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I just didn't feel like it.
You know what's crazy is that I felt that way too, but this is like the second highest grossing out of all those movies.
Is it really?
Yeah, like the opening weekend was like the numbers were like crazy for it.
Right. Since we haven't done the show, I haven't been keeping track of the box office, but I just felt like there was no hype attached to it. Like shit.
I felt the same way.
And then after watching, Godzilla in December, right? The fucking amazing Godzilla that we got in December. I forget the name of the studio. I felt like this Godzilla was just like a fucking fat American version of Godzilla.
He sleeps a lot. He eats and sleeps.
He's like a fucking dog. He's just fucking sleeping in the fucking Coliseum, all fucking wrapped up. And it's like, oh, don't bother me. He gets up, eats a couple fucking monsters, fucks with them, goes back to sleep.
This is a Kong movie through and through. That's what when I was watching it. That's what I was thinking about the entire time. I had fun with the movie. I think it's a lot of fun, and
absolutely. It's like Transformers, right? You go to Transformers movie, and I know people are gonna fucking. I always bring up Transformers in this show, but only because you go to Transformers movies to see two fucking robots fuck up each other, right? It's like fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
You say robots fuck each other?
They could fuck each other, dude. I would be down for some fucking robot fucking in that movie, dude. Anyways,
I'm shocked Michael Bay didn't even try to touch that.
Right?
I feel like that would have been like some dirty joke of them having sex or something. I feel
Some
like they would.
robot human like interspecies erotica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, maybe you never know. Maybe he'll come back to the franchise.
maybe.
Um,
No, but yeah, no, I think it felt very underwhelming for something that I was hyped up for. For the entire franchise has been overhyped. But again, that's just my opinion on that.
I enjoyed it. I think with these movies, for me, it's just like they all have the same purpose. It's just like watch monsters beat the shit out of each other.
Exactly.
And like if you go into that, you have fun, eat some popcorn, you leave. Probably won't remember most of it. That's how I view those. But I had fun with it. I think was it Scar King? That character was a lot of fun. Although he got his ass beat like the entire runtime.
Yo, well, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't it feel like almost a Planet of the Apes type shit for a little bit. With like Scar King and like all the whole fucking ape stuff going on? Like I felt like I was watching Planet of the Apes.
It really does feel that way. But this is definitely like the most cartoony out of all the MonsterVerse movies. Like it just feels like a cartoon. Like the characters are secondary, like the human characters, and then front and center are the monsters,
right?
And they've become they're like 2 seconds away from speaking at this point. They're like I wouldn't be shocked if that happens next. But
so I have a question for you. I want to pick your brain on something real quick because so there was a whole like people were getting mad about Late Night with the Devil because of the 2 scenes with the AI. How is this shit, the CGI, different than the fucking AI? Because to me, there were some scenes in Godzilla X Kong that I was like, this shit seems like it's AI. And like, so what's the fucking huge ass fucking difference? Like, why is everybody all fucking bugged?
I think the problem everybody has with the AI in Late Night with the Devil, which
because if you didn't tell me what scenes it were, I wouldn't have been able to tell.
I know, me too. But I think the problem people have is, like a movie like this that uses a lot of CGI and stuff. These are like real people that are like doing it, right? Like it's teams of people in New Zealand.
You're gonna tell me they had fucking 200 people in monkey suits?
There's 200 people probably working on the effects for the monkeys. Yeah, I don't think they don't use motion capture in this. It's all CGI. This is just a cartoon. But what AI does, the algorithm, it steals art. So it steals art and then creates an image. So when you're watching stolen art just fumbled together into something new. And I think that's the point that people made with Late Night with the Devil, is that it was projecting itself as like this new original film, which I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was great. But you can't also have stolen art in the movie. That's kind of like, I think it gave people this bad taste in their mouth, which I can understand. I don't feel like the movie, should be. I don't think we should have came at it with pitchforks or anything like that. Like, it's a stupid mistake. I don't think they should do it. I don't think it should be used in movies at all. But I can understand why people are upset, because then it's like, well, if you're willing to do that, what else did you put in the movie that was, that was AI enhanced or stolen? And that's what it comes down to, is like you use stolen art and, those artists, they won't get compensated for it at all. So it was like 2 little shots. It's like 2 seconds of the movie. I don't think it really has any effect on it overall. But
I don't think it subtracted anything from that movie. I think you and I are in agreement that we both really liked the movie.
I enjoyed that one. Yeah,
I fucks with it.
Yeah, I thought the movie was a lot of fun. I think it's a highlight so far in terms of horror. But yeah, I can totally understand why people were a little upset about the AI use in that. Which is weird that we're having conversations now that AI is in movies.
Right.
Like a tool that they're using. It's crazy.
Right. No, it is. And I know before we get more into the summer, let me just, I want to touch your brain again on something else, because we had this discussion through our chats last year that you weren't really happy with horror in 2023. How are you doing so far in 2024? Because I gotta be honest with you, with what I've seen so far with Immaculate, The First Omen, Late Night with the Devil, I'm thinking 2024 is looking really good for horror.
You know what it was about 2023 was that there was a ton of good horror movies. I tried to check out as much as I could, and then things that you recommended me or other people recommended me, like Jason from Sinister Cinema and stuff. But I felt like Hollywood, like the studio system, was not putting out the films they had put out in 2022 in terms of horror. Because
Right.
2022 they came out the gate with Smile and Barbarian, X, Pearl. Like it was like everybody was having a piece of the pie. In 2023, it felt like it was severely lacking in that department. We had Talk to Me, we had like The Boogeyman, and it was just like really good stuff, but nothing really like.
Don't forget Megan.
Megan. There was another one that was really really cool. When Evil Lurks. That was cool. That
Argentinian one on Shudder.
Yeah, that was creepy. But I agree with you. I think 2024, by the end of it, it's like, holy shit, look at what they're giving us. It's so much already. I loved Immaculate. I thought Immaculate was just 90 minutes of hell. Sydney Sweeney just commanding everything on screen. That last third is like so intense and fun. She turns into a final girl at the end, which I thought was so cool. And the movie it marketed itself as, I was shocked at the movie I actually got. Like it was a more fun, popcorny type thriller. I didn't realize that's what that movie was going to be.
No, I get you. I get your sentiments. Also, for me, as far as like Immaculate and the Omen movies are concerned, you know me, I love fucking devil possession movies. You add a fucking nun into it, a convent, and fucking priests, and the whole Catholicism shit. I'm fucking there for it.
And you know what? The first Omen might actually be like my top 3 favorite of the year so far. So far, I loved it.
Yeah, no, I would put the first Omen over Immaculate, and only because, and that's like a smidge.
Hey, to me too. It's like
a smidge, and then Immaculate's made because you get Sydney Sweeney in a fucking nun outfit, and you're just like, fuck yeah.
What up, Connor? What's up, dude? We got Connor, Not That Bad.
Check them out. We're on the Not That Bad movie podcast a couple times a year, and they have a really good thing going on over there. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed to them, check them out. It's a good time always with Connor and other game.
Anytime I have a movie that I'm just like, man, more people should like this movie, I tell Connor, like, let me come on the show. I gotta come on. You gotta let me talk this. Hopefully next time it'll be the Flintstones.
Nobody wants to do the Flintstones.
Oh, it's the greatest, man.
We've talked about doing the Flintstones, and we never did the Flintstones. Should we do the fucking Flintstone trilogy? Should we just do a fucking watch along to the Flintstones movie?
Well, I like the first movie. We don't talk about the second one. The second one's, that's a bad movie. The second one's a really bad movie. Bernie, what did we think of the Maxine trailer? What did you think, Gabe?
Oh, man, I like it. I mean, I think I enjoyed X. I somewhat enjoyed Pearl. I don't think I was on your level of your.
I remember, yeah, you enjoyed it, but not a lot. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but not a lot. But Maxine looks like a nice 80s gritty. I want to say maybe a movie that you catch late night on Skinamax, back in the 90s that you try to hide from your parents. You're fucking flipping through channels. All of a sudden you get that return button like ready on the remote so that when somebody walked in, you just hit the back buttons. I feel like there's going to be a lot of fucking nudity, a lot of like blood, a lot of violence. Sort of, it's not the same comparison, but like, that grittiness that you get from like RoboCop when you watch RoboCop.
Right, like that late 80s grit.
Yeah, like that late 80s grit. Like, I feel like that's what we're going to get. And I like that. I want that. And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no, I think that trailer, it rules. It was, it looked so good. And it looked like the biggest movie Ty West has made, like, so far.
Yeah.
And Pearl and X, we both love. I feel like those are highlights on our channel. And not so much Pearl, but X, because we did a whole show about that. We did multiple reviews. We did the out the theater reaction, and we were just like really gobsmacked by that film. Like it came out of nowhere, and we had so much fun with it. And Maxine, actually, guys, I might actually be seeing with Gabe. We might be doing a review. Actually, not might. We will be doing a review together because I will be in Chicago 4th of July weekend. And I'm sure we'll find a way. We'll get tickets. We'll do it Thursday night.
We'll find a way. Well, Thursday night's 4th of July. I don't think we're going to be watching Maxine on the 4th of July. We might not.
Yeah, it might be Friday.
It might be Friday. Also, I don't know. We're going to spend a lot of time together, and we might shoot a show together. We might find a way to shoot a show together.
That's true. We might be. I didn't even think about that. We might be able to shoot a show together, bro. I will be in town, and we'll plan those things. But I thought Maxine looked really cool.
Right.
I was thinking when I was watching it, like Brian De Palma movies, body double, like major body double vibes. And
like those
like
late 80s, early 90s, like mid 80s, like thrillers, like those, like those are so good, and that looks like what we're gonna get about that, you know.
Exactly, I agree, and it looks super cool. I've heard great things about the movie. Aside from Mia Goth kicking somebody in the head, what happened to that, huh?
That motherfucker deserved it, is all I'm saying, right? Fuck that guy. If you're getting kicked in the head by Mia Goth, you fucking deserved it.
But no, yeah, it looks cool. It looks awesome. I seriously cannot wait to see that. Adrian, what up?
I work with Adrian. He's from work.
Is it this isn't Sky Selenite? I guess it would have been Sky Selenite, right?
I don't. Yeah, it was Sky Selenite. Sky Selenite's my cousin. There's another Adrian.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we should probably jump into the movies, right? The calendar release. Or
calendar releases.
Should we do the review or the calendar releases?
Let's give the people the calendar releases, and then
I'll do the review.
We'll go to the review at the end, because I can't wait to watch that screener that you sent me. So
yes, and we'll start off. Let's start off with May. Because April, we're halfway through it. We have Abigail next week. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. It looks really cool. Not so much what I'm thinking with the summer releases. So we'll start in May, and we have a lot of stuff coming out in May. The first is The Fall Guy, and that's one that I'm excited for. I'm excited for The Fall Guy. Like,
I know you are. I know you are.
Ryan's my guy, dude.
Ryan's your guy.
He's my guy.
You go gay for Ryan.
I wouldn't. You know what? I'd consider it, but I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go all the way. I'd just consider it for like a split second.
Just a tip.
As far as I go. Yeah, maybe just a tip, something like that. You know, maybe I'd get his underwear. You know, I'd sniff his underwear. That sort of thing.
You're gonna sniff Ryan's underwear, but you ain't gonna fucking sniff mine. All right, see how.
Hell no, I don't. No.
But it looks a lot. It looks a lot of fun. It looks like it's gonna be a fucking great time. I get Driver. What's the Driver? Right, the movie that you like with him.
Oh yeah, Drive. Yeah.
Drive. I get Drive vibes off this movie, mixed in with a little bit of like Mad Max in a sense. I don't know. I get weird vibes from it, but I'm gonna watch it. What
I like about this, and what I liked about Bullet Train, is how practical David Leitch does his movies. You know, I know you love Bullet Train. I had fun with Bullet Train. There was a ton of
you and I had so much fucking fun with Bullet Train. I absolutely fucking loved it. Dude, it was like the top 5 movies for me in like 2022. I just fucking had so much fun with Bullet Train. It was just so wacky and out of there. I'm still upset fucking Sony hasn't given us a fucking Lemon and Tangerine fucking spinoff.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, I had fun with Bullet Train, and this is his love letter to stuntmen and the stunt community. And I've heard so much about this movie having the craziest practical stunts and flipping cars and the falls and Ryan Gosling doing some stunts, but also, you know, his whole stunt team. Everybody's involved, and the comedy. The reviews sound great. I'm excited to see this. I'm seeing it actually at the early A-list screening May 1st. I'll see it a few days early. It looks cool. I think it looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Bernie is asking real quick. I'm very curious about this, but y'all fucked with Joe Bob Briggs on The Last Drive-In. I used to watch Joe Bob consistently when he first came back the first few times. In like 2018? Yeah, 2018, where he was doing the specials. I haven't watched much since he's gotten his full season order. I think the first season I did watch. But not so much. Every so often I'll tune in. Victoria likes to watch it, and I'll tune into the movies, depending on what movie it is and what they're viewing. I love Joe Bob. It's not really simply because I work in restaurants. It's hard to watch that on a Friday night.
Right. You're making that money.
That's true. Joe Bob I think he would be happy. I think Joe Bob would want me to make the money.
Connor's not sure about underwear sniffing, but you know.
You wouldn't sniff Ryan Gosling's underwear? Come on, man.
Connor, whose guy underwear would you sniff? That's what we want.
That's what I want to know. That's true. Connor, who's as all the guys? Who's the one whose underwear you're sniffing? What the fuck is this movie, dude? Is
Which
this a
one?
real movie?
What movie?
Okay, so on May 10th, we have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I mean, it looks awesome. Like
It looks awesome.
dude, I love the Apes movies. I know you do. I mean, there's nothing really to say there.
Right.
I'm sure it's good.
I think I like this version of the Planet of the Apes. I mean I know you give me a lot of shit because I don't like the older movies, but like I don't really fucks with the 1970s Planet of the Apes, Charleston Heston type shit. The Mark Wahlberg one was fine, but since this is a continuation of the James Franco one, I love the James Franco ones. Like this whole entire series, like Woody Harrelson a couple movies back, like they've been really good.
Oh yeah, no, the whole Matt Reeves trilogy coming into this, all that stuff is
Right.
good, man. It's good. I would never have known my guy was called Connor unless Tony and Gabe said it. Yeah, it's Connor. What was I gonna say? Oh, so this is okay. So I'm looking at May 10th. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, that's gonna be the movie that we see. What is not another church movie?
I think it's a spoof on church movies.
And the cast in this, I've never even heard of this movie. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It has Jamie Foxx and Mickey Rourke. This looks fake. It looks like a fake poster to something like I don't know. It looks like something that you would see on Tubi TV or something. Let me pull up the poster for you guys. Not another church movie. Let me see if I can pull it up on here because it looks fake. I assumed this was like
Well,
a fake film.
they have a lot of church movies out there. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. They have a lot of like urban church movies. So yeah, maybe that's what it is, and they're just spoofing them.
And yeah, it might be. I mean, Jamie Foxx, I guess he does, these kind of movies now. I mean, maybe this is something that they've been marketing and I just never heard about.
We've talked though about movies, about spoofing movies, about they should be new spoof movies. And look at that, our prayers have been answered. We're getting a church spoof movie.
Well, we are getting a scary movie. They're making a new scary movie.
They are making a new scary movie.
Which, you know what? My feelings about that, I would love to see if the Wayans are involved somehow.
I have a love and hate relationship with them because I love the first two scary movies because of the Wayans brothers, everything that they did with that. The third one after they left, it was all right. I don't know. I just enjoy the Wayans brothers. I think since they're the ones that started it, maybe they should be the ones that finish it.
Yeah, no, I think they, obviously they've fallen off a bit, but something feels wrong about, other people doing those movies, like we had seen with the later scary movie entries. But if it's going to be that brand of, craft humor, I'd prefer those guys being involved. Okay, I'm going to pull up this poster because I thought this looks fake, but there's the trailer. It has a release date. What the fuck is this? Not another church movie.
They're spoofing Tyler Perry movies. I think Tyler Perry has become a spoof, easily spoofable.
Yes, he's easily one. I do agree with that. For sure. Naked Gun. Naked Gun is coming. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. They've been trying to make that for a while. That script's been floating around.
Right. And you're gonna go with that, but you're gonna bypass that Connor's gun to head sniffing Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I ain't sniffing no underwear, period, bro. But gun to head got to be Ryan Reynolds. Interesting. The other Ryan. All right.
The other Ryan.
That's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Now I'm gonna get back to the movie release calendar because I clicked on this not another church movie. Okay. So after that, we have. There's a few movies coming out May 17th. Back to Black. That's that Amy Winehouse biopic. I don't know. I have no interest in that.
Bypass. Skip it.
Yeah. Then we have The Strangers Pray at Night. The Strangers Chapter 1. I'm thinking the last entry. The Strangers Chapter 1. And If with Ryan Reynolds, actually. I don't know. I feel like I like John Krasinski. He's doing If. It looks like it could be fun. It looks like it's a family movie. I feel like you can't go wrong there. Ryan Reynolds, Steve Carell. There's some good people in that cast there. The effects look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Strangers Chapter 1 I'm curious about because it's interesting. I'm shocked that movie's getting like this wide theatrical release because it doesn't look like bad, but it also looks like something that would just go on Netflix.
On Shudder.
Or Shudder. Yeah, it does look like that quality. I feel like the only Strangers movie that actually looks like cinematic is the first one.
Well,
I like how grounded that movie looks. I like that it almost feels documentary.
Liv Tyler and Scott Stedman.
Yep. Speaking of Scott Speedman, guys, I saw him. Scott Speedman I saw at Air One. He got mad at me because I laughed at him. True story.
Did you laugh at him because he looked like a fucking fool in Underworld?
He was like yelling at the cashier about strawberries. And I thought it was surreal. I was just standing there. Scott Speedman's right here. He's throwing his hands in the air, arguing with this like 20-year-old about the price of strawberries. And as soon as I chuckled, he just looked at me like that. I was like, oh.
Listen, these celebrities, inflation has hit the celebrities hard, all right? They got to fucking argue about strawberries.
That's true.
To a fucking 20-year-old
girl.
Well,
he's not getting, this is like, he's not like an A-lister or anything, too. He's a working class actor. Yes. The price of strawberries is definitely going to affect him, for sure.
Fuck it.
Then we also have, May 24th, movie I'm really looking forward to, Furiosa. The Mad Max spin-off.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Gabe's not a Mad Max guy.
No, I'm just fucking with you, dude. Of course I am. The fucking Mad Max with Tom Hardy and that was a great fucking entry to the Mad Max franchise. It was super fun. Great entry. I think I really loved that movie when that first came out. So I'm definitely excited what you're going to take on this. I know they're going when Furiosa is young and she's like a child and the whole backstory for her. Because unfortunately, Charlize Theron couldn't do it anymore. So that go back to the beginning. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
And this movie, I think it's going to span decades too. But everything that I've seen about it just looks just as good as the last one. Right. The effects, the chase sequences, it feels big. It feels grand. I like Chris Hemsworth playing a bad guy. Anytime he plays something really cool and like a weirdo, he's really good at those roles, I feel like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like Chris in weird roles. Like, yeah, he's Thor and he's been great as Thor, but and I think this is any actor that takes a fucking like a shot, right? I think that's our drawback that we talk about a lot about The Rock is like he doesn't take any risk. But any actor that's willing to risk any role that they're on, like Chris Hemsworth, doing bad guy roles and shit like that, I'm there for it.
No, I agree. Do you guys? I hear them. They're so loud. You must hear them.
No, I don't hear shit, bro.
Oh, okay. They're playing like I don't know what the fuck they're playing. It's crazy out there. I was gonna go down for a swim, but it's so packed.
Go downstairs and ask for a cerveza.
I might ask for they were grilling. They had stuff out there. The Garfield movie also comes out that day. I don't think I'm. Yeah. What is Bernie saying about? You know what? I keep forgetting. I have the comments on here too. Let's just put it like this: when it has Anya Taylor-Joy made a doozy. Just saying, she's really good at picking her roles for sure. I agree.
I mean, we're gonna talk about a doozy for her. Tony knows about this because I was so hyped for this movie for fucking years. But the New Mutants, that was her doozy.
Oh yeah.
That was her doozy. Which is weird because with the X-Men 97 cartoon came out, I've been on a X-Men kick. So I've been rewatching all the movies. I think you started me on though, Tony. You're like, oh yeah, I'm watching X-Men, and I'm watching X-Men too. But so I started myself, and New Mutants. As much as I was so hyped up for that, I was just like, I rewatched it the other day. I was like, this is so bad.
That movie had they reshot it like halfway through or something like that.
Yeah, I'm still convinced. I know you've told me that there's not, and I know like all IMDb says that there's not, that they never did the reshoots, but you're not gonna ever not convince me that there's not another movie somewhere laying in Fox's fucking vaults or Disney's vaults, because that movie does not seem like the movie that we got in the trailers like fucking 4 years before it got released.
That trailer was cool. It looked like Marvel's A Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, they were really
Exactly.
pushing the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff with that trailer, and the movie was nothing like that.
Nothing like that. That's what I'm saying. There's shit from that movie that they got shot that wasn't fucking on the release. So there's like another movie somewhere.
There might be, yeah. They gotta have footage from the old iteration of what that movie was supposed to be.
Right.
I assume, yeah.
Right. Well, stop sidetracking us, Tony. Continue on with the list.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, catching up with the comments here. Oh, another movie I'm looking forward to. It's gonna have a small theatrical release, but it's gonna be on Netflix. Is Hitman, the king of the romantic comedy right now, Glenn Powell.
Powell.
And I've heard so much about this movie, and I'm super excited for it. I love a good classic rom-com thriller, you know, and I feel like that's what this movie is delivering on.
I'm rom-coms.
Super excited. Yeah, Gabe loves rom-coms.
I do fucking love rom-coms.
His love interest, Gabe, is Latina. All right, so you get a little bit of that flair in there. I know how much you want that representation. Look at that. Glenn Powell's looking out for you, dude.
Yeah, but it's a Latino with fucking unseasoned chicken.
Oh, dude, that guy. Come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, so I'm looking through these. Have you heard? You know, this is a movie that I've heard a lot about. I'm curious if you have, because it's been going through a lot of the festivals at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
In a Violent Nature. Do you know what this is?
No, please explain. Elaborate.
In a Violent Nature is this Friday the 13th-esque movie where for 92 minutes you follow the killer.
Ooh, okay.
So it's only the killer's point of view going on this rampage, stalking, slowly killing victims.
POV is my favorite genre.
Yeah, I don't know if there's moments that are POV and then moments that are like you're just tracking behind him as he goes. It looks like a scene out of like a Friday the 13th movie. Okay. And everything about this movie looks really interesting. I've heard good things. That one I believe is going to Shudder though, so we'll be able to watch that once it drops in the app. I don't know if that'll be May 31st or a little bit after, but that is the Shudder original. June 7th, our boys return. Our bad boys.
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
And I thought
fucking Mike Lai.
This looks even better than the last one, I think. I think this looks super cool. And they add this element of them on the run. The captain, Joey Pants. Why
don't you have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up?
and I think if this can reach just a little bit of that Bad Boys 2 flair, I'm in.
Oh, it might be Will Smith's way back in.
It might be. Yeah, it might be like his way back in for sure. Why does Tony sound like he is underwater? Do I sound like I'm underwater?
I don't think you do.
Oh, let's block this person right here. We're going to ban and delete him. Oh, fuck, I just changed my camera. We just banned and deleted that guy. Wait, how do I get out of this? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for is this Will's first post-slap movie?
You know, he did that. What was that movie he did? Did you watch it?
Was that the Abe Lincoln?
The slave Emancipation. The slave
Emancipation?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that.
No, I didn't watch it. I feel like it got overshadowed because he slapped Chris Rock.
I mean, we could get. I mean, I know what we're talking about, like, and I don't want to distract us again myself. But you know, we did a whole like Will Smith fucking thing in the chats, and I'm like, as I'm going through his page, I'm like I get it. He's a great actor, or like a great franchise actor is what I was getting at in the chats. Yeah. It's like he doesn't have he has hits. Don't get me wrong, he has hits, but they're so few and far between that if it's not a franchise, it's not really a hit. Because you gave me your top 10, and like 3 of those in the top 10 were Bad Boys.
They were. 3 of them were bad. But you know what else too is he's turned down so much,
because he's another man that cultivated an image, right? After Independence Day, he cultivated an image. So,
no, yeah, I think it was that. Oh, that's what I need to be. I am this suave, funny guy. I always kill the bad guy. I have to. I get it my way. And I think him turning down like Matrix or Django is him protecting his image, and then
Exactly.
realizing later, oh, I'm an idiot. I should have just done those movies in the first place.
Right.
Because if anything, they would have just highlighted his strengths.
And then he fucking ruined his image with a slap to Chris Rock.
You know what though? I feel like a lot of people need to move on from the slap.
No, of course.
Like the only one that should be mad about the slap is Chris Rock.
No, and he's out there fucking doing stand up about it, so he doesn't even fucking care about it.
At this point, he doesn't give a shit. I think in terms of like Will as a movie star, he still got it. Like more than like people younger than him. There's guys 30 years younger than him that don't have that charisma that he can carry in a movie.
No,
and I do agree with you though, because looking back at his filmography, it's much smaller than what I remember. Or maybe because I've seen all his movies, they felt much bigger in a way. But looking at them, it's just like, oh, he kind of has a slowdown after, let's see, I Am Legend, maybe? After I Am Legend, there's a bit of a slowdown in his career. He does 7 Pounds. Doesn't do that great. He does
Pursuit of Happiness.
Doesn't do that great. Pursuit of Happiness does pretty well at the box office. And puts his name back on the map. But then he does
After Earth.
After Earth bombs. Collateral Damage. I did not see that. That was another one that didn't do that well. Did you see the one where he played who does he play? Is it Nelson Mandela?
Oh yeah, no, I did not see that.
Is that who he's playing in that movie?
What's it? I don't know. I don't even know.
Concussion? Who's he playing in Concussion?
He's playing a doctor for the NFL. That's not playing Nelson Mandela. Oh yeah, let's put Nelson Mandela in charge of the concussions of the NFL. The fuck?
No, it's not Nelson Mandela. I don't know who the fuck he's playing.
Was that a fucking Mandela effect?
He had pretty good, there's pretty good reactions to him in that role.
Motherfuckers freed Nelson Mandela so he could fucking study concussions in the NFL.
I don't know why I thought he was like Nelson Mandela. In my mind, that this is about fucking NFL injuries. But I enjoyed Focus. Focus was a movie that I felt like he turned on the Will Smith charm for a little bit.
Right. I mean, who wouldn't turn on that charm when you got Margot Robbie opposite of you?
Yeah, Margot Robbie. And you know what? That was a movie that did pretty well at the box office, but nobody ever talks about. Like I remember it made some money and it did decently, and nobody's talked about it since it's come out. I'm interested. I should rewatch that to see if it holds up at all. I love him in Hitch. Like there's movies that he comes out in that are just, when his charisma's on full display, he's at his best.
Hitch hits every fucking note of what you want in a romantic comedy.
I agree. It's like a good comfort romantic comedy. There's a great supporting cast there. Right. He's great. He's so funny in it. I remember the marketing for that movie. I was explaining to Victoria how big that movie was when it came out, and just like it was everywhere. The promotion, even as a kid, I remember like the Benadryl, like that whole Benadryl bit in the commercial and stuff.
What's his name? Name's the King of Queens.
Oh yeah, Kevin James.
Kevin James. He's never been more lovable than when he was in the Hitch. Like that meme with the hands in his pocket. Like that's the level of like Kevin James cuteness he had in that movie, which just made it fucking awesome.
Yeah. Connor's not a big fan of Will Smith outside Men in Black and Bad Boys. I feel like that's fair.
Ooh, and not that bad Will Smith edition.
Yeah. What's After Earth?
After Earth.
I've only seen, I saw that movie once. I think I rented it way back when it dropped on DVD. I don't remember a thing about that movie. I Am Legend 2 with Michael B. Jordan. Is that happening? I've heard it's happening. I've seen the traits confirm it's happening, but they've also said it's going off the alternate ending of the movie. Who knows? God. All right, so real quick, I'll just explain this real quick. I love Michael B. Jordan. I hate the fucking Will Smith movie because it does not cover the book the way it should be. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Whatever, the fucking book's over 100 years old at this point. Book came out in like 1945. So basically in the book at the end, the guy, the I Am Legend guy, he was the last human on Earth. Humans have evolved to these vampire-like creatures. And so in the vampire world, he was the boogeyman.
So when they gave us that fucking Hollywood ending for I Am Legend, where the fucking humanity was going to be saved, it was a big fucking jerk off. Because the book does not give you the Hollywood ending. The book gives you the oblique. He's the last human on Earth. Vampires are scared of him because he's the boogeyman. He's coming in while they're sleeping to fucking kill children and women. And so they just fucking gave you that fucking jerky fucking Hollywood ending movie. So I hated the movie. I'm not that excited about the fucking sequel, only because I read the book and the book's fucking phenomenal.
I haven't read the book. I like that movie. It's not one that I've rewatched recently. I enjoy it. I have heard that sentiment about the book. People who love the book hate how the movie was covered. Okay, so on the 14th we have The Watchers. Actually, I got invited to a screening of this. Me and Victoria couldn't make it about like a week or two ago, and this is from Ishana Night Shyamalan. This is M. Night's daughter. She's like 22 years old. Ooh. She's directed a bunch of Servant, that TV show. She's also written a bunch of things, done music videos. So she's like, the storytelling's in her DNA. She wants to, like, this is her shit. She wants to be like her dad, make these movies. The trailers look interesting. Dakota Fanning. It looks really creepy.
It looks so creepy. When are we gonna get a Shyamalan versus Shyamalan movie? We should.
They should have a movie, like a twist off or something.
Right, a twist off.
Oh, god damn it. I think I fucked up the movie release calendar.
That's all good.
Damn it. It looks interesting. Like I said, I got invited to see this a while back, and I couldn't make it. But they must have confidence in it if they're trying to show to people that early on.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Let's move down. I want to get through some of these because we're already approaching the hour mark, which is crazy. I don't even know what the hell were we talking about for an hour.
Just random things, bro. We get into random side quests. Like that's
we got into a few side quests.
We always get into side quests. I think that's the charm of our podcast. Is we talk. We say, hey, we're gonna talk about this topic, and like we talk about the topic for like 20 minutes, and like 40 minutes is other fucking 40 minutes of fucking side quests.
Okay, Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 comes out the same day as well. Did you like the first one? Was that a lot of people are big on that movie?
A lot of people are big into the Disney movies. I watch it. I wait till Disney Plus.
That's everybody's sentiment now. Nobody's seen these Disney movies in theaters. They're waiting to Disney Plus.
I didn't see Wish. I didn't see Wish in theaters. I'm probably going to see it on fucking Disney Plus.
Yeah. They really shot themselves in the foot with that because now the theaters are begging these companies to please make family movies because that's what they're missing. And every time a family movie does come out, it does great. Super Mario Brothers killed it at the box office.
Just because all the nerds went, Super Mario, whee!
Oh, but that movie was straight up marketed to children too.
Yeah, I know. I enjoy it. I'm just fucking around with
Mario. Oh no, I'm just saying, like, there's sorely something missing for children in terms of what they can choose at theaters, right? Like, what are we getting? We look at all these releases, right? And we're getting horror movies, and we're getting pre-existing IP movies.
Right.
So we're missing like old people. They got nothing to choose from seeing at the theater. Couples got nothing to do on a movie night besides seeing a big action movie or a comic book movie. And children, they get the Marvel movies, and that's about it. Or maybe a Despicable Me every so often. But movie theaters have been telling Disney and all these companies, like, you make more family movies, like that's your bread and butter. Like, that's what we're missing right now.
Exactly.
We should make the Kinds of Kindness trailer?
No.
You liked Poor Things. This is the director's next movie.
Oh no, yeah, okay, and now I know which. Yes. I do like the dude from Poor
Yorgos?
Things. Yorgos. I'm sorry, I was trying to think of his name. I knew it was fucking Greek, but
yeah, he's super Greek.
Super Greek, like Greek yogurt Greek.
Yeah, he's a weird.
He's
guy.
Fucking coming tzatziki sauce all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he's a really horny director for sure.
For sure. I mean, I really fucking loved Poor Things. It was like top 5 movie. I killed at the fucking Oscars to begin with.
Yeah.
But Emma Stone joining up with them. Looks like another like one of those like steampunk things. Like
It had a certain aesthetic, like a steampunk aesthetic.
Yeah.
With like old Hollywood and stuff. Yeah. That movie's fun. I thought that movie was really good. It's fun until like there's some dark shit in there. It's the tonal balance is crazy in that movie. Like it'll jump between slapstick and get really fucking serious on you, but it does it this in this way that's so natural. And Emma Stone is so funny in that. I'm looking forward to this one. This is an anthology movie. I think they're playing all different characters in each story. Okay. So Emma Stone will be in every story playing a different character in it. So he brings something original. Like you can't
better sign up another Oscar for her then.
Oh, it might be. She's really in that era where she's like Meryl Streep. She's just always.
She's in her Meryl Streep era.
Yeah. I'm excited for this movie. I think for me, this next movie, this is another type of genre film that we used to get, and that's the dad movies. And this
Daddy Daycare?
No, not Daddy Daycare or Daddy Day Camp. The Bike Riders. Yeah. Just this tough guy biker movie, which should have came out last Christmas. A bunch of people have seen this movie already. Critics saw it. It was going to be up for an Oscar run, and then Disney decided not to pump any money in the marketing, and then Focus Features came and bought the movie.
Yeah, so, it was funny because I saw it on. They listed it on AMC, and I remember
they had tickets.
They had tickets, and I was gonna get tickets to see it because we and I had talked about the Bike Riders before, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get tickets for this. And then the day I went to go buy tickets, like mysteriously, the movie was nowhere to fucking be seen. I was like, am I going fucking crazy? There's like, didn't I see fucking Bike Riders here on the AMC shit app? I'm like, yeah, it was just gone.
Yeah, it was a movie. They pulled it like not even a month out. Like it was a weird decision. And it had good reviews. It has movie stars in the movie. Austin Butler is on the rise. Tom Hardy is a guy he draws a name there. And it looks really cool. Kind of looks like Goodfellas, that kind of flavor of. I like crime movies. I like, I know you do too. Like we've talked about in the show before, like Carlito's Way or Blood In, Blood Out. Like those kind of tough guy crime.
Gang movies.
They're just cool.
Mexican gangs, Irish gangs, like the mafia, whatever. Like I like those type of movies. Like
and this looks like that kind of flavor. So that is going to be June 21st, and then we have two. Oh wow, I didn't even know these were both the same day. These next two are interesting. I thought one of these was coming out in May, but I guess it was coming out June 28th. That is A Quiet Place Day One. Okay. I love the Quiet Place movies. I think the first two, especially the second one, especially. I think the second one is superior to the first one,
right?
In every way. So we have A Quiet Place Day One, and then this one's interesting. This is again, we talked about like old people got nothing to see. This is one for the old people. This is Kevin Costner's new Western, Horizon, an American Saga. And what they're doing is part one, which is going to be like this huge ass epic long movie, is released June 28th. And I believe the second chapter is released in August. So he shot these back to back and they're both coming out like 2 months apart.
Oh, that's not bad. I actually quite enjoy that logic because Mission Impossible, when I saw that last year, I thought it was fucking great. And then I hate the fucking to be continued in fucking movies. And then I gotta wait a whole year, 2 years to watch the fucking second part. Yeah, 2 years now at this point. I'm just like, what the fuck? And like it cheapens the movie for me. Like if like Hunger Games Part 1 and then Part 2 and fucking Twilight Part 1 and Part 2. Like it cheapens the movie when you watch the first part and then you gotta wait fucking 2 to 3 years to get that fucking second part. You're gonna give me a 2 month like release window? Yeah, like that sounds great. Like just fucking shoot them. Give me them fucking a month or two apart.
I felt that way about what was the movie? I was just thinking about it. Oh, Mockingjay Part 1. You mentioned the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That middle chapter felt like a total cop-out, just super cheap compared to Catching Fire. Because those movies were huge. And the second one I thought was great. That was the best one by far. And then once you get to the third one, it's just like, okay, this is the middle chapter. And it feels that way, right? And I think it's cool that he's releasing this. This is a movie he's been trying to make for 20 years, Kevin Costner. And I wouldn't count him out. This is a guy that, he's got one of the biggest shows on TV. He's made some of the greatest epics of all time.
He's made some of the greatest Westerns of all time, too, Kevin. Yeah. Like, Kevin Costner knows his Westerns.
Yeah, like he knows. And you know what? The audience is going to show up. Middle America loves Kevin Costner. They see him And for sure, he did this little Western. I think you saw it. I saw it. Um, what was the movie called? It was about during COVID. Him and Diane Lane, they play grandparents trying to get their grandchild back.
Right. I forget the name of it, but yeah, we
That was
both
a good
saw that
movie.
movie. That was a good movie, yeah, because you gave me your fucking Voodoo accounts to
I
see
think it's
it.
called Never Let Go or Let Him Go, something like. It was cool. It was a really cool Western. Anytime Kevin Costner's doing those kind of movies, I'm in. No matter what. If he's like 70, he can make these up till he's 90, and I'll show up for sure.
He could be another Clint Eastwood in that sense.
You know what? I agree. He's that type of American filmmaker that people they show up for, and they like seeing those kind of stories.
Except for Waterworld, nobody showed up for Waterworld.
That's true.
No, nobody wants a water western.
Despicable Me 4.
No, pass.
I thought there was already how many fucking Despicable Me movies are there? How many Minion movies?
I don't know, bro. Like those fucking minions don't stop. And if you have like a Mexican aunt or like anybody in your family who's like Mexican or like any Latino, they'll all of a sudden send you a fucking Despicable Me little gif with a little
family
fucking
members
sign.
love the Minions.
Like for some reason, like Minions in like Latin America are fucking huge for some reason.
Yeah, those fuckers got everybody.
They don't fucking
Minions
stop.
Okay, so Despicable Me is July 3rd. We should also mention. I mean, that's not on this calendar. But oh no, Maxine is coming out July 5th. So
should we double feature Despicable Me 4 and Maxine the same night?
Dude, that would be the ultimate double feature. You have a palate cleanser. So we'll watch Despicable Me 4 after because it'll feel better.
Oh, I thought we were gonna watch. You said palate cleanser. I thought we were gonna watch Maxine afterwards, just to fucking rid ourselves of that fucking.
We could. We could. So okay, Maxine is July 5th. And then we have. Let's see. You see the trailer to that new Channing Tatum movie with Scarlett Johansson? It's like it's another romantic comedy.
Yes.
Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly Me to the Moon. You think I'm gonna miss out on Channing and ScarJo in a fucking love movie?
It's a love romantic comedy, and it's also like a movie about making movies. It's about them faking the moon landing in case America doesn't make it to the moon. They make this little mini fake moon landing. Me and you have talked about this before. Channing Tatum is stealth money at the box office. Like, the past few movies he's done, everybody shows up to them, and nobody talks about it. Like, The Lost Kingdom, Dog, what was the other one he did? The past few movies that he's done, like, people have shown up and have enjoyed them. And they've made money. He's a bankable name.
Channing Tatum is just like, I don't want to sound like, I got a hard on for the guy, but
he's your guy.
But he's my guy. We've talked about this. He's my guy. He has this like this quality that women love him, right? He looks like a fucking chiseled fucking Greek god type fucking thing. But
that's true.
His humor, like for example, when he was in that what the fuck is that comedy with Seth Rogen? This Is the End.
Oh, This Is the End. Yeah,
he like endeared himself when he plays the gimp, and like he does these like fucking fucked up roles for like men, I guess, in a sense, but yet he has this whole womanly vibe to him. I don't know. It's a fucking like I fucks with him.
Oh, I think he's got this this calm, down to earth demeanor. He's a different kind of movie star, right. And like he brings that quality and stuff in like White House Down or Logan Lucky. Right, where you think he's like dumbass, but he kind of uses that
like a bumbling fool. Like, he's like,
on surface he might come across that way, but in these characters, he's always got like a deeper layer. I enjoy that.
That should have been my gambit.
It should have. It almost happened. July 19th. This is my movie. This is a movie I'm excited for the summer. Twisters, July 19th.
Yeah.
I mean, that trailer was so cool. But this is what I've talked about with you is that when was the last time we got like a really like 90s feeling kind of big summer movie, where it's not superheroes, it's regular characters, no sci-fi elements, and it's national disasters.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
That first Twister movie is huge. It was big. Everybody was loving it. The ride rocked at Universal. It was genius. The idea of it's a relatable fear that everybody has.
Right.
And that's the type of movie you want to see in the summer
It
is
is.
in IMAX, this big national disaster Hollywood action movie. This looks cool.
Twisters looks fucking phenomenal. Like I'm gonna be there day one. Yeah, I went to see Twisters when it first came out in the theaters, and I remember that shit being like one of the best summer blockbuster movies in of that era. You know, especially when you're watching it like that's at the drive-in, and all of a sudden that drive-in fucking tornado comes through in the first one, and it's just like, oh shit,
Yep.
fucking, you know, the cow flying in the fucking wind. Like, absolutely.
We're gonna need the cow in this movie.
I'm gonna need the cow. I'm gonna need 2 cows in this movie.
They got to work in the cow somehow. I think they will. July 26th, we have. It looks like there's some kind of Tom and Jerry movie, but I've never heard anything about that. I don't know what the fuck that is.
The sequel to the Tom and Jerry from the.
I guess maybe they did. Maybe
from Max a couple years ago.
It must be locked away in the WB vault with the Animaniacs. Deadpool and Wolverine, July 26th. I feel like everybody's excited for this movie, right? Like, I know that there's people that claim they have Marvel fatigue. We've said we feel it a little bit, but you take 2 characters and 2 actors that are just really cool and love playing those roles, and you're saying we're doing a buddy action movie with them. Okay, that's awesome. Like, yeah, I want to watch that. That sounds fun. That sounds really cool. And the footage for this looks great. It looks like the other Deadpool movies. They're teasing Hugh Jackman. We haven't really fully seen anything with him. So I'm excited to see
the yellow suit.
Yeah. We talk about X-Men 97, which is a show everybody should be watching.
Yeah. If you're not watching X-Men 97, I don't know what the fuck you're watching.
It's so good. And it's not, if you're thinking it's going to be this children's animated show, it's not what that is.
It's not.
It is the soap opera of the comic books in televised form. Like
also, can I go on a little bit of a rant here on X-Men 97?
Yeah.
Just I know we're up against the clock here, but I just want to say something for just all the people claiming that X-Men 97 is woke. I'm sorry to tell you guys and burst your fucking bubble. X-Men's been woke since the fucking 60s. All right, X-Men wasn't fucking all of a sudden it's not like, oh my god, it's fucking gay characters. What do you think all these fucking dudes are with fucking extra mutants and shit like that? It's extra chromosomes. They become fucking mutants. They get fucking special powers. X-Men's been woke since ever. Oh my god, fucking they didn't make Rogue's ass the same. Yeah, fucking. All right, cool. They didn't make Rogue's ass the same. All right, whatever. Oh my god, Gambit's gay now. Gambit's been fucking rocking pink and fucking crop tops since I could fucking remember.
For like forever.
For fucking forever.
He's always had like a flamboyant
he's always been a fucking flamboyant motherfucker fucking Rogue's ass and tapping that shit, right? But he's always had that like little gayness to him with the fucking pink and the crop tops and the fucking lisp when he's talking in fucking French and mon chéri and whatever. It's not fucking woke. Get over yourselves. All right, rant done. Sorry.
I agree. No, I think the show is really good. And they've done such a great job. At first, I was really excited for that show. And week by week, it is always solid. Growing. And it just ramps it up. This last episode, one of the best episodes of a Marvel show. Because
you're a huge DC animated fan, right? And I've always pushed back a little bit, right? Just be like, oh, like the X-Men, like the X-Men from the 92s. We always put that up higher. But you're absolutely right. DC animation has always been a step further behind Marvel. But I think with X-Men 97, I'm not saying they're reaching DC levels yet, but it's just getting so good.
I think storytelling wise, it's at that level. Storytelling, like by the time these 10 episodes are up, like this is just it's good. There's no denying how good it is. All right, let's move forward. We're moving into August, so we're coming up near the end. This is like, I guess the summer's not as packed as I thought, but there's some heavy hitters, all along the way. In August, there's not really. Oh, okay. August has 2 movies coming out on the same day. I'm very curious about. 3 actually. Cuckoo, which is that new horror movie with Dan Stevens. I don't know much about it. I've heard it's cool. Borderlands. Have you seen those trailers? Like, what do you think about that movie?
I'm reserving judgment because isn't it based off like the video game Borderlands?
It's based on a video game. This is a movie that's been I believe it. We covered it like 2 years ago. We
Yeah, I
talked
was
about this
right.
like 2 years ago that it was happening. And me and you both had the same reaction. We don't know much about it. Sounds kind of cool. We
Sounds
both didn't play
cool.
the game.
I think though, like if any indication is given, right, I think a lot of these video games should be TV series. I started watching Fallout last night. First episode's great.
Yeah, I
Um,
just started. I thought it was pretty cool.
right, we got Twisted Metal on Peacock. I thought that shit. I thought the entire series was great. I don't know about a full length movie on a video game because if it's not like an established, like everybody knows what Resident Evil was when the first movie started coming out. Right, that game was so popular that when you did a Resident Evil movie, it just fit. Right, maybe because I'm not a gamer, maybe. But I don't know Borderlands. I've never played Borderlands. I don't know it. Maybe a TV show would have been the way to go, but you know, we'll see how the movie goes.
That's fair. It looks, the trailers they've been popping out. To me, it looks a little bit like a Marvel movie, like Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. And
Right.
it might be fun. I like the cast. The cast looks awesome, but I don't know much about it, so it's so hard to speak on what it's going to be. I am excited for this movie. We have M. Night's new movie,
I'm
Trapped.
not. Yeah.
I mean, it's an event whenever he makes something, and the fact that we got something so fast after him making Knock at the Cabin is cool. And even before that, we had Old. So
Right.
he's been pumping out these movies nonstop. And Josh Hartnett will star in Trap.
Is
And
he gonna have a fucked up haircut again?
I mean, I assume he will. He's playing a serial killer in this.
Nice.
This movie's about this father taking his daughter to a concert. And what happens is the police surround the concert and lock all the doors
Okay.
because they're looking for a serial killer. And the twist of this movie, I mean, it's not a spoiler. They're going to tell you it right away. That's the synopsis for it. Is that Josh Hartnett is trapped in there. He's the killer that they're looking for, and it's about him trying to break out somehow. That sounds so interesting. And it's whenever M. Night is swinging for the fences with these these twisty, fucked up thrillers,
Right.
he usually hits the mark.
What the
He's in his
synopsis didn't tell you though is that the actual killer is the wind and the trees and nature. They're just
oh, so it's happening. Like I said, dude, when it comes to him, he's made some bad movies. We all know that. We can
Right.
clown on them, but why when he still makes other films that are equally as good, better?
his
Great.
last movies I enjoyed The Visit.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed Knock at the Cabin. I enjoyed. I mean, it's not like you said, he's made some bad movies and he's made some clunkers, but overall his body of work is really good.
It speaks for itself.
It does.
All right, so August 16th, we have Alien Romulus from Fede Alvarez.
Yes.
We had a teaser before. Now
Yes.
we'll probably get a trailer soon. I assume.
Hopefully soon. I'm excited. I love Eddie Alvarez. I know not because he's just Latino only, but because he arguably has made one of the best horror films of the 2010s with Evil Dead.
I agree.
Anytime anybody mentions any horror movie from 2010s, like The Conjuring, to me it's like The Conjuring and fucking Evil Dead. And it depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes Evil Dead's like my number one horror movie of the 2010s. Sometimes it's The Conjuring, but it's like that Evil Dead movie that he made. So I'm excited to see when he takes on Alien, what direction he's going to take him to.
No, I agree. The effects in this movie look really cool. That teaser was super effective. Kaylee Spaney, we mentioned her before. In Civil War, she has another movie. She's the main character in this, so I'm sure she's going to be great in it. I think sticking Fetty, he hasn't made a horror movie in a while since since Don't Breathe, and putting him back in his wheelhouse is smart. And yeah, Don't Breathe is really, really good. And this is his bread and butter. This is what he likes to do, is make fucked up horror movies, and I feel like that's what this is going to be, and I think it's going to deliver on that. So that's really the end of the summer, honestly. Oh no, you know what? We have a few. We have a few left. Um, Let me look through here. We have the Crow remake. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, all right. So I'm gonna say this. It's a shot for me. All right, only because the Crow. Only because I can't be that guy that loves certain remakes and says, "Give me all the remakes, give me all this," and then when they make something that I'm not gonna like, say, "Oh, this is gonna suck." No, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go watch it. I mean, the Crow to me will always be Brandon Lee, and I'm not gonna be one of those guys like, oh, Brandon Lee is always gonna be the Crow. I'm gonna give this a shot only because, like, it's not meant for me. It's not meant for my generation. This is not the Crow for my generation, right? It's gonna be the Crow for young people, because what are they growing up with? They're growing up with machine-like Post Malone type rappers. That's the aesthetic. That's the music that's popular right now. It's no longer fucking rock and roll from the 90s.
What is up with what happened to the white kid music? Besides, I mentioned this before. Like, like in the 2000s, you had like the Simple Plan guys and Blink 182. What happened? Like, what? Why don't white kids like they don't make that kind of music anymore, man? They just wanna make rap music and make beats. That's it.
Basically, hip hop. Hip hop overtook almost every facet of the music genre. Even country has hip hop influences to it.
And Beyonce came out with a country album.
Beyonce came out with a country album. It's hard. It's hard to get into that. White kids at this point, I don't know. I can't speak for the white youth. I'm not white. I can't speak for white kids.
The white youth. What did you guys do, huh? Like,
right.
What is wrong?
What is wrong with you white? What's wrong with you white people? Why aren't you making white music? Why aren't you giving me angry music again?
Exactly.
Right.
You know what? I saw the Crow trailer. I loved. The first movie is so iconic, right? The imagery in that film, what it's able to portray and get across, and the idea that Brandon Lee, this is one of his final roles. That film is such a perfect comic book movie in that it adapts the source material and makes it its own, while staying faithful, gives you everything you need, and it's super tight. It's 95 minutes, and it's perfect. It's just a perfect movie.
It is, but let's also not like blow, smoke up a horse's ass. Like the movie itself, as good as it is, Brandon Lee it's a very quotable things. It's not that great either. I think it became a cult classic because Brandon Lee died.
Well,
and yes,
it's definitely a flawed movie.
Aesthetically, he looks fucking amazing, right? He came in with, So it's not like I sort of liken it to like the Roadhouse remake in a sense, right? I think you and I talked to you about that, where the first Roadhouse was awesome. Patrick Swayze, his charisma, right? But let's be honest, the first Roadhouse wasn't also that fucking great either. I think Patrick Swayze played a lot of that role for that first Roadhouse to be really, really
and don't forget Sam Elliott.
And Sam Elliott, right? This Roadhouse, it was good. It wasn't. Was Jake Gyllenhaal as charismatic as Patrick Swayze? No, it wasn't.
His Dalton is a freak in that movie,
right? Like his Dalton actually, like he loves getting hit. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's Rick, like loves fucking getting hit. But what I'm gonna say is that it wasn't that bad either. So I'm hoping, as well, that this Crow remake, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna go see it. I'm just hoping that it's as good. I don't need to be better.
Brett Man joining us. Thanks, Brett Man. Anne says, "What up, Gabe?"
What's up? What
up? So I think the trailers look fine. Like it looks fine. Like I said.
It's just fucking Post Malone and fucking Post Malone and fucking Machine Gun Kelly in their feels. Oh my god!
You know what I do want to say? That Roadhouse movie is insane.
It is fucking insane.
Remake is crazy.
It
And
is.
that's a crazy movie.
The fucking fight scenes are fucking like the Cassim and Gregor fucking memes where he's just fucking walking around everywhere.
Dude,
Like, where the fuck is everybody?
where the fuck is me? And my cousin Julian and his wife, they came to visit us for the week, and we put that on. And the moment he says that, me and him looked at each other because we were in disbelief at the line delivery and how much they committed to him being a cartoon character in this. And I admire the movie that they just let him run wild.
Yeah, because
it's a bad performance.
It's a bad performance. Clearly, Conor McGregor is no fucking actor.
But they commit to it so hard.
It was a fucking commitment to it. Like I said, the fight scenes are a little cringy because of the CGI they use in the fucking fight scenes.
That's true,
right? Yeah. But like story wise, it's not that bad. It's not.
It's fun.
It's fun.
But it has.
It's a streaming movie. It's not. It's just that's what streaming's made for. It's like one of those streaming movies.
It has the effect the original had, though, right? Because the original was this midnight movie. It was this crowd movie. It was this. Of course, it was successful when it came out, and you have VHS and dads showing their kids, but it's really become this cultural phenomenon as like this dude bro movie, like this movie that guys just share and go see the re-release of, and they love. And I feel like this movie is the modern equivalent to what that is. It's a big, tough guy, bone-breaking action movie. Connor was so entertaining, I forgave him with the bad acting. Yeah, I mean, he's hilarious in the movie. Not that bad is our thing. Gimmick infringement, brother.
have us. Let's have us and Tony go on the show and let's talk about how good Roadhouse was.
But you know what? I feel like it has high letterbox scores. I feel like people really like it.
They do.
I don't know.
They do.
I don't know what it is. It seems to be.
You know what though? I think what really carried that movie was Jake Gyllenhaal's performance. I think people like
100%.
When you go and watch that type of movie, right? You're going to watch Jake Gyllenhaal, right? And Jake Gyllenhaal has a built-in audience already. Whether it be Nightcrawler, Donnie Darko, he has a built-in audience. So people are going to see that movie regardless. They're going to give it a high score because Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't do a bad job. He's fucking ripped. He's shredded. He's looking like, you want to wipe down the sweat from his fucking forearms. Like,
dude, he doesn't shower, dude. I wouldn't do that. That motherfucker he's like very open that he does not shower.
Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't shower?
Yeah, and you know what? He probably would have been on the list of, if I had to look at guys, like sniff a guy's underwear, he'd probably be on our list, right? But the fact that he doesn't shower, it's like, wait a minute, dude. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Wait a second.
Like, what's with fucking people not showering? Like, this is not, like, what the...
This is a new thing. Celebrities, they don't shower. They don't like it. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's a relatively new thing.
Because I knew Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis don't shower.
They don't shower.
Now you're telling me Jake
does not shower.
Dax Shepard looked fucking like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That tracks. That tracks. Dax Shepard looks like he's fucking.
Jake doesn't. Dirty. Yeah, apparently Jake smells like shit.
Fuck! I'm really fucking upset about that.
It's mind blowing in a way.
It is.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, well, I'm not fucking wiping down Jake Gyllenhaal now.
No, I wouldn't. You should. The Rock. The Rock claims he takes 3 showers a day.
The Rock looks like he showers 3 times a day.
He looks like he smells really good.
He does look like I was watching WrestleMania and I feel like I could smell the cologne coming off my screen. It felt like
it looks like he probably wears them really good. Like I'm trying to think of what maybe Creed or
like a really good like expensive Tom Ford cologne.
Yeah, maybe Tom Ford. Like it looks like he wears like not like a nighttime scent though, but like a fresh ocean scent, like a summer scent.
Yes, a summer scent.
Yeah, no, I think that's what he would wear. Okay, so let's get back to the releases. I don't know what's the cutoff because there's movies that are here.
There is no cutoff. I was actually thinking like September is the cutoff, right? Only because when Rob Zombie's Halloween made so much money over Labor Day weekend, then everybody was trying to get that last movie in. You had the Turtles. The Turtles come in late in August and also early in September. So like I feel like the summer blockbuster season has extended into like maybe the first week to 2 weeks of September.
Okay. Okay, so then we have Kraven the Hunter.
Okay, that's not a blockbuster. Okay, moving on.
And then, you know what? Okay, we have two movies that are coming out the first 2 weeks of September. Well, this will be the cutoff. We'll have to cut it off here at this point because then we're just getting into fall. Beetlejuice 2, Beetlejuice, and Transformers 1, the animated film. Which this is another one. I think, Gabe, I told you I could talk about because I didn't see it. I got invited to a screening of this.
Of what? Transformers 1?
Yeah. It was,
you fucking didn't tell me about it?
I didn't go. It was
it was
go? A day screening. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think it's finished or anything, but it was
you could have fucking called me like, Gabe, there's a screening of fucking Transformers. Come fly out.
You could have flew out. We could have watched it.
Dude, I would have flew out. I would have said some shit at work like, my fucking grandfather died or my.
But then we couldn't have talked about it.
I don't fucking care. I'm getting a fucking early ass fucking 5 months early screening of fucking Transformers 1.
That's true.
I would have made up somebody dying, get out of work.
I'm sure it's fun. They actually screened the animation for this this week at CinemaCon, and I've heard really good things. Chris Hemsworth is going to play young Optimus Prime. Scarlett Johansson's in the movie. Brian Tyree Henry is in the movie. It seems cool. I'm down for an animated Transformers movie.
The last animated Transformers movie was the 1985 one with the death of Optimus Prime. Which, if you guys haven't seen, and I know it's going to be my fucking age, right? But if you guys haven't seen the 1985 Transformers animated movie, let me tell you something. It makes you cry. All right. As a fucking child watching Optimus Prime die, do you know how fucking life-changing that was for me? Like that fucking, I'm still fucking hurt. PTSD.
Wait a minute, Gabe. Wait, Connor, are you saying that the new Roadhouse has a 2.6?
On Letterboxd? Yes.
That's crazy. Is it that low?
It is.
Fuck. I guess it qualifies. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I didn't realize it was that low. Oh, come on. Have some fun, guys. Have some fun. Yeah, he can confirm 2.6.
Hey.
Bring us on the show, Connor.
Bring us on the show. We'll talk about Roadhouse.
Let's talk about how crazy that movie is. The original must have high ratings. The original is people love that movie. I mean,
well, yeah, it's Patrick Swayze.
Swayze. He's so
Swayze. Is Swayze in the 80s? Fuck, pre-Ghost Swayze.
In what way are you talking about Swayze?
I mean, in any way you want to take it, in any context you want to take that. You're gonna tell me you don't look at 80s Swayze?
You know what? I got the Rock skincare line. I got it, dude. I should have reviewed it. I got the Rock. Half of it was sold out. Let me tell you guys, the Rock, the perfect guy to be a skincare ambassador for men. Because he takes 3 showers a day, one. So it's just come on, who else are you gonna listen to? But I actually got the product. Some of it was sold out. I got the body wash. I got the face moisturizer. I got the bar soap.
I don't trust it.
It's good. It's actually good.
I don't trust it.
Why don't you trust it?
Because, listen, I was watching WrestleMania. The Rock's wearing his fucking shorts. And I'm super fucking excited because The Rock's back to wrestling, right? At least for WrestleMania. I'm watching this fucking thing. Motherfucker turns around. His ass cheeks were hanging out the fucking shorts. Now he has droopy ass cheeks. And because they have... Hold on. Because he has fucking droopy ass cheeks, you can see the ashiness of in between the cheeks. It's between the fucking butt cheeks.
You're saying he's lotion down there.
He doesn't lotion down there. So it's a different color. It's a different color on his ass cheeks down at the down towards the taint. It's a little darker. It's dark and ashy.
I don't believe the product. Who knows? He might have not been using the product that day.
I mean, if you're promoting the product, you would moisturize them with Rock moisturizer. You'd get that fucking taint area, right?
Listen,
you're going on live in front of millions and millions to watch the most electrifying man in the world, and you're gonna tell me he's not gonna fucking lotion up them ass cheeks so it don't look lotion, so it doesn't look ashy. Enough. But anyway, I believe you though. I do want to try the Rock's product line.
I think you should, and it's all under $9.99. Most of
is it really not under $9.99?
Everything's under $9.99. It's got this huge thing in the men's, the men. If you go to new Targets now, the men's section is this big middle aisle where it's all men's care.
Right.
And The Rock has his own like section. It's like huge.
That's
But
cool. I mean, I use a lot of men's care myself. I got like a lot of fucking face scrubs. I got a lot of lotions. I got a lot of like other stuff that I put on. Like I got a weird obsession. I don't want to look old. I don't want to have wrinkles. So I have a weird obsession with it. So I'll check it out.
you have to. You must. It's a must.
It's a must.
We
It's a
might as well
must
just
cop.
promote them on the show. We might as well get a production. I'm going to contact them and see if we could just promote.
Could we get $7 to come on the like a little production? Could we be like Flopbuster produced by like $7?
$7 productions. We could cheat. We could see.
Right.
I don't see why not. Okay. Beetlejuice 2. Oh, we didn't really talk about it, but it looks.
No.
I thought the teaser was effective. I've heard
Teaser's
really
effective.
good things about the movie. I feel like we were talking shit a little bit.
We
when
were
we
talking
first
shit.
met.
I think we were both talking shit about if it's going to be CGI, that we would rather have it practical effects.
Which
we would rather
is what we heard is happening. They
It's
have
happening.
the puppets in the movie.
they have the puppets. I think we were also a little not that we were upset about the casting choices, but I think we were having a little bit of Jenna Ortega fatigue. So we're like, does she really fit the mold?
Yeah.
You know,
It makes
but
sense. The casting makes sense. Looking
The
at
casting
the
makes
teaser, the movie looks fun, and
Hey,
she
I
looks
just gotta
great
say,
in
Lydia got a little Mexican in her though.
it. Gabe, maybe you guys don't know this. Gabe has a cameo in the movie.
I
Yeah.
do. I'm the one that puts the baby in Lydia.
Yes.
That's how
okay.
Lydia got the little Mexican in her.
I mean, that's really the summer movie slate. I mean, I guess it ends there.
It ends there. I mean, we could always do like a fucking fall and winter slate, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this summer. I'm excited for the movies. It's been a little bit slow going at the movies for me. Like, there's not a lot of movies that I've been watching day one. I've been doing a lot of like, as you know, like double features. I just did a 3 feature a couple weeks ago. It's been nothing like I have to rush out and absolutely see.
You know what? Me and Victoria tried to do the double feature, and it never works out. We always yesterday we were supposed to see a double feature of Civil War, and then we were like, great, it ends at this time. We know the cutoff with AMC, what times the trailers start, and then we can see that new Spider movie, Sting. What happened was we went to dinner, and
That's your first mistake.
Well, the problem was we went on a Friday, one. And it was a last-second choice because we were both hungry. We're like, we got to eat something quick, but we didn't want fast food. And we said, we'll order quick. We'll know exactly what we want, and then we'll just get the bill. We made the mistake of going to this place called Culinary Dropout, who's notorious for being slow. And I was trying to remember while I was there. I was like, man, this place is fun. Why didn't I like it the last time? And then I remembered why I didn't like it the last time. And it has nothing to do with the food. The food's really good quality and stuff. But the setup and the service, they're very slow.
Right.
And it's just their thing. It's a place you go there and vibe and hang out and casually eat and drink. We were trying to order fast, get out of there fast, and we ended up being in there for what felt like 2 hours. We barely made it to the Civil War screening, and then by the time it was done, we had to change our tickets to the 8 o'clock from the 7 o'clock. So at that point, we're like,
look at mistakes, bro. You gotta fucking just eat at the theater. Just get some fucking popcorn, get a glizzy. You know.
You know what though? It sucks for me now because
you're on a health kick because you're on a health kick. I gotta eat fucking healthy. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat fucking chicken. My chicken needs to be fucking boiled with no seasoning. Like,
who the fuck boils chicken? Who's boiling chicken?
You're on a health kick.
There's not a person who's boiling chicken. I hope there's nobody that boils chicken. But all they have to eat are those fucking shitty microwavable sliders and beef hot dogs. And I'm sorry, I don't want that. I don't want either of those things.
You know you want to fucking down a glizzy down your throat.
I like the glizzies. I do. But now they're chicken and pork and chicken sauce. That's it. Okay. Right. We're coming up on 90 minutes on the show, which is fine.
More than 90 minutes.
In a while. We could talk about almost anything at this point, I think. But
no, give me. All right, so I want to put. We're gonna be wrapping it up, but before we wrap it up, I really want you to tell me about these the screener that you got.
Yes.
What the movie's about, and then give me your review about said movie because I will be watching that screener either tonight or tomorrow. So go ahead, take it away.
So I let me just pull up this right now. So I had the chance to get a screening copy of a film called The Last Stop in Yuma County. And this is from the first time director, actually. And it's interesting because there's one actor in here I've been following for some time. I really like his work, his past films. He writes, directs, stars all in his own material. That's Jim Cummings. And for those of you who saw The Wolf of Snow Hollow or maybe Thunder Road, he's the lead in those. He also wrote those. But this is directed by a gentleman named Francis Galuppi. And I reached out to local Boogeyman Productions, which is one of the studios behind the film, and the director. I just, like we're revamping the show, and I was thinking, we love reviewing and talking to people, especially filmmakers and stuff. We want to start pushing that more on the channel. And me and Gabe have been saying, we just got to talk to these guys and see, let's get our hands on these movies. We love talking and championing even smaller films too.
Absolutely.
And this was a film that just seemed totally up my alley. I like everybody involved in this. The cast is crazy. And the cast for this movie, you have Faizan Love, who looks unrecognizable in this. He's got like a bunch of old man makeup and stuff. And if you've seen Elf, he had those crazy commercials that he's done too.
Couples Retreat.
He's super funny, right?
Right.
Jocelyn Donahue, who is in House of the Devil. I love House of the Devil, one of my favorite horror movies. Barbara Crampton. Let's see. And then Jim Cummings leads. Richard Brake. Richard Brake is in this and doing exactly what you'd expect a Richard
Brake to do.
Yeah. Plays to his strengths. But what I really liked about this movie is, I guess I should run it down quickly too. I'll give you a quick synopsis. Is that Jim Cummings plays a traveling knife salesman in the 1970s. And he stops at this local diner along the way because he's going to go visit his daughter for her birthday. And at this diner in Yuma, the gas station, the oil refill, it hasn't come yet. So he spends his time at the diner waiting for the oil truck to come. And while he's there, two men who happen to just rob a bank show up and hold the diner hostage, and that's right. Richard Brake. What happens in this movie is it's just one giant Mexican standoff with people coming in and out of the diner, everybody stopping there, getting gas, locals, whatever it is. So you have all these characters stuck in this confined room together. And the tension in this is so palpable, and the characters are so well defined, and it's really funny, and it's just under 90 minutes, and it gets you going instantly. Everybody in this is great. Whether it's the side characters or the little humorous moments, if you like films like Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, I would say there's a little bit of Tarantino in there, not too much. I think that people will make that mistake of it feels that way. But there's a little bit of Reservoir Dogs in there because it's this confined setting with people having a standoff. Yeah. But what makes this movie so good is that it doesn't feel like a first-time director made this. This feels like the confidence of somebody who's made a bunch of features. And the 1970s setting is never a gimmick. It is a character of the movie, too. For a while, I was trying to figure out, is this the 70s? And it's very clearly the 1970s. But it works because you don't want cell phones in this. Everything about this, it's hot, it's sweaty, you just feel the desert in this. It's grimy.
So the desert plays like another character in a sense.
Yeah, just everything. If you like tense,
sweaty bottle films,
just 1970s characters having a standoff, fighting over money. Anytime money's involved and you have all these kind of despicable people in a room, some shit's about to go down. Okay. And that's what happens in this movie. And it's unpredictable. And
how the fuck did you fireworks?
Wait, what happened?
Your screen just turned black and you had fucking fireworks popping off behind you.
Dude, I just saw that shit too. I don't know what that was. Holy shit. Dude, do you think it's the Iran stuff?
Probably.
Holy
You're getting drafted.
I wouldn't be able to last in that, man.
dude.
What I really loved about this movie is the vibe, the
Right.
tone, the character, like everything about it. It was like fires on all cylinders, and I was just like I got really lost in it. Like
Dude, you
before I
hyping
knew
me
it,
up to
it was
see
just over.
this.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend it. It comes out May 10th, so if you guys have time, make your way down to a theater or stream it, whatever it is. Support this movie. It's a smaller film, but you got to check it out. It doesn't feel like a small movie. This feels like the type of film that would have came out in the 1990s or something that would have came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
If you like Bad Times at the El Royale, you'll like this movie. If you like Reservoir Dogs, again, Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, I would say even movies like Duel, early Spielberg, that's what this feels like. So this is a big recommendation from me. Check out this movie. It's really, really good. Can't wait for Gabe to check it out. I gave you that screener, so you'll be able to view it.
You did give me the screener, so I'll be able to see it.
Bravo to these guys. I thought it was really cool. One of the highlights of the year for me, for sure.
Awesome.
And I want to get us more screeners, and I want us to have these smaller movies that we could talk about.
Maybe we could get that. Maybe we could get the director. Maybe if one watches, reach out to the director and try to get him on the show.
Dude, I would love to. I would love to pick his brain about this. I want you to watch the movie. And I messaged him on Instagram, so he told me to send the review when we're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, and then I'm also going to have a shorts review that I will put on the shorts page. We're going to get those going again. And yes. I'll send them both. I'm going to clip this. I would love to interview him. I think
so would I. I mean, I think it would be a great interview. I love watching smaller films, supporting people that want to do smaller films and that do smaller films, because I think eventually you and I want to do smaller films. I
think it's interesting to watch a filmmaker when you're watching indie film like this, right? Like, because they need the support and you want to champion them, but it's even better when that indie film feels like something that is grander and bigger. And this doesn't feel like this doesn't feel like a small movie. This feels like had this been any other director made this in the 90s or like a Coen's or something, we would be talking about, oh, wow, yeah, you remember that movie? That movie's great. That's how I feel about this. Okay. Like, nothing about it feels low budget. It knows exactly what it is, and if you like that kind of thriller, you will like this. It is a neo-Western, and it is perfectly done. I had a really great time with it. Right. So check it out. And again, I mentioned to Gabe, I want to get more screeners on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to message these companies on Instagram. Because it worked. I messaged these guys, and I said, hey, we have a channel. We're expanding. We're revamping. I would love to review this movie. I would love to highlight it and help promote it.
Get some screeners from Transformers 1.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wait, what did you say?
I said get some screeners for Transformers 1.
Oh, maybe we can. Yeah. I did sign up for the Netflix Media Pass thing.
So did I. Nobody ever fucking reached out to me. I signed up for Netflix, Warner Brothers. I think there was an Amazon one that I signed up for. I get fucking emails.
We'll just get the show going again, and then what we'll do is we'll try that route, maybe locally, and see if we could get in somehow. We'll see. We'll get it.
Whose fucking dick do I gotta suck to get some screeners?
That's a good question. That is a good question. I think that's it for the show. I mean, Connor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for everybody to join in. Connor, Goodreal, Bernie at the beginning.
It was a fun stream. This was
Fabian. It was super fun. So hopefully we'll be able to get this going on a weekly basis. We just got to make our schedules coincide together. Maybe I'll ask for some days off. No, I'm just kidding.
I think the consistency that you guys will get from us is that it'll be happening once a week again. Who knows what the days will be? But I'm not going to wait to the day of to tell everybody. It's going to be like how I did. Either one or two. Before.
I know my work schedule 3 weeks in advance now. So if anybody doesn't know, I no longer do construction. I'm working retail. So working retail, my hours are a little bit different. Hence why we weren't able to coincide with Tony's restaurant schedule. But my schedule's made out now 3 weeks in advance, so I could always give Tony hey, I'm off these days. What days are you off? Type scenario. So.
Yeah, so the show's back. It's going to be rolling. I mean, Again, this was a good stream.
I think we were just too strict. We're like, oh, we record on Fridays and only Fridays, and then
it became Thursdays and only Thursdays.
Then Thursdays and only Thursdays. Then it became Sundays and only Sundays. Like we weren't like really lenient about it, but I think now we have just to keep this shit going on.
We're just gonna keep the videos out, and that's it. And I think we took way too long of a break. Like it was a very long break. But what sucked about the break was that we were taking long and then jumping back in and then jumping out, and like there was no consistency or communication with the audience.
Right.
But now there will be. It is back week to week, and if we add other things in here, like we'll definitely highlight that. But for now, it'll just be the main show at some point on the weekends, and we'll have shorts in between and movie reviews once again.
Right. And you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to go into the channel, like us, subscribe, share it. Also, Tony and his cousin Julian did a short that was awesome when Julian was there. So if you guys haven't checked out their short, it is in the channel. It's like a couple videos ago, right after Tony's review of Civil War. So check it out.
Yeah. Best Friends. You can also find it on Vimeo. I think
and Vine.
Too. Oh, is that on yours too?
It's on Vine.
Oh, Vine doesn't exist. Vimeo.
Oh, Vimeo, Vine, whatever. MySpace. It's not MySpace.
It's on AOL. If you guys have an AOL,
it's on Mi Gente. SBCglobal.net.
That's all I got though.
That's all we got. Again, thank you everybody for joining us and our shenanigans and shit.
Yes. Join us next week, and we will we'll post what that's going to be. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, peace out. This was fun. We'll see you next week.